Salve galera! Hoje estamos aqui em um lugar um pouco diferente do que vocês estão acostumados. Isso porque a gente está gravando o segundo episódio aqui do Papo Retto. O Papo Retto é o nosso quadro que vai aproximar vocês aí dos nossos artistas internacionais, aí um papo mais direto para descobrir toda a história até as novidades de hoje em dia. E hoje eu estou muito feliz em falar quem está com a gente aqui. Nada mais, ninguém menos que Mad Maxx. É um prazer estar com você aqui.
Prazer.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigado por terem o podcast.
É uma honra também. Eu tenho certeza que o pessoal vai gostar muito de conhecer você além ali do projeto.
Sim.
Então, primeiro, para a gente começar falando um pouco aí da sua jornada.
Sim.
Você cresceu aí sempre rodeado de música, né? O seu pai mesmo tocou em bandas. Queria que você falasse um pouco mais o quanto isso influenciou a sua carreira musical.
Yeah, I started out not playing music actually. I wanted to be a baseball player. So
baseball.
Yeah, that was my dream. So I left my house in France to go to America to be a baseball player. Yeah? Uh-huh. And then I quickly said that's not for me. Yeah. And then I started listening to electronic music, yeah. Mm-hmm. And my dad is a musician too, so I always grew up in the studio. When I was a child, I was very, very small. I was always in the studio, always immersed in this music world, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so he made a lot of different kind of music. When I was a kid, he was making theater music, and because he kind of stopped making the bands and that kind of stuff. So I was mostly in the studio all the time. So finally I got my first tape of electronic music and I was like, this is different. This is interesting, yeah? So, and I still went to my first party in San Francisco and it was New Year's of 96 to 97. And I got in love with the music, yeah? So then quickly after that, I had a shop. I became a shop owner of a shop that sold music. Mm-hmm. And it sold Space Tribe clothes, CDs, vinyl, tapes, and all that. And so I was 17, 18. Then I wanted to make my own music. And I made the first track with my dad. Yeah, did know nothing about making music like this. You know, there was no rules, there was no podcast, there was no tutorials, there was nothing. Of course, there was barely any internet. You know,
See.
So we're like, anyway, it was fun. Yeah, and then I started making music with people who knew how to make music production. Yeah, but that was about 2 years later, yeah. So that's how it started. But I became a DJ first. I started as a DJ, yeah, because I had all the music. I had all the vinyl. It was all vinyl, yeah, vinilos, yeah. So that's how I started, yeah. I was not in bands, no bands, yeah. Me no, yeah.
O seu pai chegou, né, a participar de algumas bandas, né?
Sí, yeah. My father was in many bands, and then he went solo, and he was a psychedelic rock musician in France, in the UK. And he recorded some albums in England at Abbey Road Studios. He played with a lot of big guys back in the 70s. And then he had me. So then he went solo and he started doing other things with music, of course. But he kind of left the bands alone. Yeah, it wasn't any more relevant. So, but he's a very good musician for sure. Yeah, he played with a lot of good people. And is this very good plucker. He's a guitar player. Mm-hmm. He's a very amazing plucker, yeah. And so yeah, he's very, very good at that. Yeah.
E esse tipo de som te influenciou ao som que você faz hoje?
Influenced me because I used to listen to synthesizer music when I was a kid. It was before the electronic music. It was it started with Vangelis. He would make a lot of movie music, and Jean-Michel Jarre, which I didn't like so much. And it was the beginning of electronic synthesizer music, synth wave, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I was fascinated by this synth wave music, yeah. And so my dad made also electronic music back then, and it was like in late 1980s, yeah. And so I was in the studio with him when he was making this very experimental music, yeah. Mm. And I remember I was 8, 9 years old. I was with his French friend in the studio, and he was smoking cigarettes. It was like so smoky. I was like, I couldn't get it, but I was like, this is really weird shit, yeah. And so I loved that stuff. I was listening to that a lot, yeah. Like pre-electronic techno. Before that, yeah. Very, very weird stuff, yeah. Electronic. So the first project was called Biodegradable. And that was with CPU and Mekkanikka. Started 3 of us, me, CPU, Mekkanikka. And we released 1 album in the year 2001 in a Greek label. And then after that, we separated. And so CPU made CPU, Mekkanikka made Mekkanikka, and I made Sirius Isness with my ex-girlfriend, Davina. That's when we split together, all the band. And so we had our own projects after that.
Por exemplo, nesses projetos que você teve antes do Mad Maxx, qual foi o chamado ali que você se sentiu pronto para criar um projeto solo ali para você, que você talvez não conseguia atingir nos outros?
Well, I had Sirius Isness, and me and Davina, my ex, we're fighting. We broke up, so we broke the project. So when you're making music with your girlfriend and you finish, that means that everything's finished. The relationship and the business. So I had to think, okay, what do I do now? I need to make something solo. So I had to do something by myself. So I made Mad Maxx in 2007, I think it was 2007, 8. And she made her own project. I made mine, and that's how it started. And it was actually good because I always wanted to do something by myself. I was always with Biodegradable or with her, but never by myself. And so this was a great opportunity for me to just do what I want, my sound, my sound that I always wanted to do from my heart. And so that represents basically all the experiences I've had in parties, in music culture, in what I like, my influences. And I was free to explore my own world. Finally, actually. So the breakup was bad, but good, whatever. There's no good and bad, you know. It's just life takes you where it's supposed to take you. And everything is a learning experience to get you, you know, farther and farther where you want to become. So Mad Maxx was just actually born because I had no choice. But which was a good thing, actually, because now I'm here today with you.
E agora, claro, a gente gostaria de mencionar esse projeto que fez muita história e tem muitos fãs ao redor do mundo, que é o Mad Tribe. Juntamente com você aí, o Olli Wisdom, né, criou tudo do zero junto com você. E a gente queria saber se você tem alguma história ou alguma coisa lá do começo com o Olli que você nunca contou numa entrevista, que você pode aqui falar pra gente.
Claro, yeah. I mean, first of all, I met Olli when I was 17, 17 years old. And I saw him play. I had long hair. I had long hair, Space Tribe, all Space Tribe, pants, everything. And I see this guy in the party in California, and I said, "Fuck, I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that's my future." I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but that is the best job in the world. The best job I could think of. And so I was very shy. Back then. I'm still shy, but more back then. And so I was DJing as well. And finally, maybe a couple of years later, I played before Olli. And so I said, okay, I played before Olli. Well, I got to trust on my set. And so I played before Olli. And he's like, oh, nice set. Nice set. And so after the party in the morning, I see Olli. He's like, you know, sitting down, smoking, like that. I say, oh, I go see Olli. So I was such a fan, you know. And I said like this with a big eye. I said, so you know, sometimes I have dreams about you.
Caralho.
And I said, well, I really did, you know, because he would come to my dreams and say, okay, you play this track, play it. In my dreams. And I was so fan. You know? And he said, all right, mate. It took off like that. I was like, no. He thinks I'm a crazy fan, you know? And so all my friends are like laughing at me. And so I was very, I was like, fuck, shit. I was like, it's over, it's finished, Never this guy is gonna take me seriously, you know, in the future. But I still believed that there was a connection with this guy, you know? And a few years later, with Sirius Isness, we played in Japan, and we were playing for the same organizer, It was called Arcadia, and it was in Tokyo. And it was a big festival called Summer Arcade back in 2005. Yeah. And I see Olli, and he's there. I say, hey, what's up, man? I'm shy still. And he hears the music at the party, and then he comes back to the hotel room. He's like, "Yeah, that was good. That was good music, man." I said, "So you want to come to my house in Australia and make some music?" I said, "Yeah, oh, yeah, sure." So that's how it really started. Yeah. And so Davina and I went to Australia to his studio and made it 1 track and 2 tracks, I think. Yeah. And me and him had a great connection. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. So I knew I'm not crazy. Yeah. I knew there was something with this guy. And that's how it started with him. Mm-hmm. The connection, the pure connection, because of the love of his work, of his vibe, of what he does, what he gives to the people. Yeah. It's special. It was special. There was a magic. There was like, there still is, but that magic was, I couldn't deny that magic. It was just too much. Yeah. And I was so connected to that. So I said, well, this is how it's supposed to happen. Yeah. And then after that, we were like this, like brothers. Yeah. Never stopped making music until we said, okay, this has to go more. And we just more than just tracks. So we said, well, let's make a project. Yeah. And we said, we have no name. So Space Tribe, Mad Maxx, I said, Mad Tribe? Like, that's it. That's perfect. Yeah. So that was it, Mad Tribe. 2015, we released our first album called Spaced Out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was a big success. We released on Tip Records. And we worked so hard, but the synergy was so perfect and so pure that I think people really felt it. And felt that there was magic there as well. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And so it was a very successful album. And after that, we had a lot of requests to play, and our energy on stage was a perfect synergy as well, because we were laughing, we had the same jokes, same sense of humor. Everything was just excellent, So it was meant to be. There was no way this was not going to happen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Life has written, this is happening, So it happened, and it was just a beautiful experience. Yeah? That really showed me that you should never give up on your dream. If you have that dream, and you have obstacles, and you fall down, you get up, and you fall down, and then it makes you stronger. And the universe always say, okay, that guy really wants that. Yeah, it's a test. If you give up, well, maybe you don't want it so much. But if you continue and you give up and you have like blood on your face and dirt and but you still want it, yeah, and you don't give up, the universe is like, oh, here you go, it's meant to be, you deserve that because you fight for this, So yeah, never give up on your dreams, ever.
E os fãs, eles, além de amarem muito as músicas do Mad Tribe, vocês tinham uma marca muito forte ali também de trazer os vinis de volta, uma marca, uma estética muito marcante ali do Mad Tribe. De onde vinha essa criatividade de vocês para fazer essa estética?
Well, Olli was a big drive in that. He loves to brand things, to make a concept so strong that you cannot imitate. Yeah, it's not. There's not copying anything. So it was a team. We had Olli. We had Olli's brother, Mikey, who makes the designs. And we would get together and think of concepts. And we said, okay, the vibe is going to be like kitsch, kitsch stuff, like almost bad taste, but not, like borderline bad taste, but it's just funny, and make fun of stuff, because sometimes the psytrance is so serious. It's too serious, and nobody's laughing. Yeah, it's just like, it's not funny, And so you bring a sense of humor, and everybody likes to laugh, yeah, because laughing makes you happy, and it's actually healthy. It creates, chemical changes in your brain when you laugh, because there's something about it. And making fun of yourself too, in that sense, and not taking yourself seriously, it brings a bit of light to life, yeah, and it drops the egos as well. The egos drop around, right? Because you're already making fun of everything, and so the whole designs and all that were carefully crafted for that purpose, yeah, to make fun of life, to make fun of situations, of life events, you know, or whatever politics that happen, but without never saying what it is, you know. But making fun of everything was our thing, was our kind of mission, yeah. And the colors and being loud, yeah. Nothing subtle, nothing toned down. No, everything was like that. The shirts, the covers, the videos, everything was just full color and a great visual enhanced experience for the mind, plus the music. And the music went with the visuals, yeah? So everything was connected. The samples and the music, it was all kind of one vibe, you know, like 50s commercials saying really funny stuff. And all that was related to the designs. And we'd make one shirt per track, yeah? So we had one track, one shirt. And people loved it, you know, people loved it. The posters, people still have those posters in their room 10 years later. And that's called promo that sticks, yeah? You can give a sticker. So, okay, it's your logo, whatever. Okay, cool, you know, nice. But if you give a fucking poster, you're always laughing at it. How is these people going to carry the poster home? Like, because it's you can't put it in your pocket, you know. So you have to take care of the poster, yeah. Otherwise, the poster is going to be like, oh, like, and you know. But it's a nice poster. It was free. Like, here you go, free. We would do a lot of free promo, and that is priceless because people appreciate free stuff, you know. And I swear to God, up to today, people have framed in frames these posters, yeah, because they like that. It's good stuff, you know, because it's different, you know. It's different, and it's funny, and it's a brand, and it's a very particular vibe, yeah. That is, it's just unique, yeah. And it comes with Olli and Olli's history, and what Olli brought to the scene since the late '80s, you know, like early '90s, late '80s. It was a pioneer, yeah, in Goa and Thailand, and all these things. Yeah. So yeah, he's brought a lot of happiness and new ways of thinking to the scene. Yeah, there would be no scene like this without Olli before. Yeah, only a few people like this. Yeah, who make the scene what it is now. Yeah.
E pra gente finalizar essa parte, para todos nós, acho que da cena foi uma perca muito grande, realmente, a questão do Olli. Mas o que você vê de legado, assim, que vocês dois deixaram, principalmente com o projeto aí de Mad Tribe, o que vocês puderam passar para as pessoas antes dessa ida dele?
I mean, the loss of Olli was tragic, of course, but every loss is a teaching, and it's a lesson to, first of all, enjoy your life every day. Enjoy every day with the person that you had before they passed. And people don't, in my opinion, don't really die, yeah? There's a death, and then since we're all energy, you know, we're all energy, you know? There's no saying that it's not true, because that's what we are, you know? And the energy passes on somewhere else. So the body dies, but the energy lives on. The energy doesn't disappear. And so if you see it like this, it takes a lot of time to, first of all, get over the fact of the separation, yeah, you know, physical separation. But it took me a while. It took me a long time. Yeah. Now I'm not saying it's over. No, I always miss him. Yeah. There's no day I will not miss him. Yeah. He's always living with me in my heart. And I'm sure he's here today, yeah. And but now it's been difficult to do more Mad Tribe without him, just because it brings up a lot of memories, and you know, it's not the same. But now I'm ready to get back and do more Mad Tribe in his honor, and to continue the legacy of this, you know, legend, of course. Yeah. And so it takes time. Yeah, but there's a Mad Tribe remix album that I'm preparing. Yeah, with the whole scene, a lot of really good artists, friends of all these as well, who will make a remix of our tracks. Yeah, so I want to have this big project by the end of the year, or maybe beginning of next year, and have a vinyl, have, the whole thing, of course, yeah? And do this with Mikey, his brother, to make the designs, go back into it. But now I finally found, some partner younger than me, who's Brazilian, who I'm releasing music with now and playing as well next week in Campo Grande, and his name is Avan7. Yeah, He's a really, really good kid, man. He's not a kid, but it could be his uncle probably. but that's the point. Yeah. So we get along really well in the studio, and our next single EP is coming out next 2 weeks from now on my label, United Beats Records, and we used Mikey, the brother of Olli, for the cover. Yeah. So hopefully a new beginning of something cool. Yeah. I'm sure it will be anyway. And continuing the Mad Tribe legacy.
Pô, que bom, com certeza. E os fãs do Mad Tribe aí ficam felizes com isso.
Yes.
E durante a sua carreira também você fez diversas colaborações aí com Astrix, Skazi. Eu queria saber uma curiosidade mesmo, se teve algum desses caras que você viu o processo criativo e ficou, caraca, esse cara é muito fora da...
Yeah, I mean, with Skazi, it was fun. He's an old friend of mine. He's a good friend. He's crazy in the studio, but I love his way of working. He's a genius, man. He's a machine. Yeah. With Astrix, we started with Astrix, but we never finished. So I still have the track on my computer. Yeah. I was looking at it the other day. I said, "Fuck, we have to finish this. This track sounds good too." But we worked with Alpha Portal. Yeah. Alpha Portal. We worked with Mad Tribe and Alpha Portal. And yeah, it was good. Yeah, really good track. The Brazilians love that track. It's sky high. I've worked with pretty much everybody in the scene. My good friends, like Striker, for example. I find a lot of very, very good studio moments with him because he's so talented, technically amazing, and a brilliant studio guy. Of course, with Space Tribe. With Space Tribe, it was just incredible, because I didn't have to talk. Yeah, we didn't have to say, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. You like that? Yeah, I like that. How about that? Like, okay, cool. That was it. Yeah. There was no, oh, that's not good. Oh, that sucks. No, never. So the synergy is like it's hard to find. Yeah. But I don't know. I like to work. I work with everybody, but I like to do more by myself. But I have all these tracks in my hard drive that are just collaborations, which is great. But I don't have any time to finish everything. Which is it's a good problem, it's a good problem to have, I guess. But I need more time. But time is most valuable commodity out there. It's more valuable than money. And money is like, but time, you can't buy that stuff, man. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful for this life, for the life I have to share the music with all of you guys, and to have you guys be so supportive, yeah, and to have people like you come to my room today and want to hear about it, that makes me very, very grateful and appreciative that all these years of hard work were not for nothing, yeah.
E falando agora um pouco mais sobre a cena de hoje o psytrance ele atinge outros cenários, né? Um pouco mais mainstream, o tipo de público mudou também. Como você enxerga hoje esse novo cenário?
It's never going to be the same. Like people say, oh, it's better before. Oh, the good old days. Yeah, sure, okay, I know. Yeah, but that's the past. It doesn't exist anymore. So you have to go with the time, and the new generation is always going to change it. Before it was trance, only one genre. Yeah, everybody would go one dance floor, one chill out. Now you have side techno, the dark, the this, the forest, because people put things in boxes, yeah? They separate, yeah? It's a human thing, actually, to want to belong to a certain thing, yeah? And that's one thing that is inevitable. You cannot change that because it happened already, yeah? But there's still a unity there. It has to be, yeah? And that unity is still the source, which is the trance, which is the good old days, yeah? So I like the fact that there's evolution and there's no way to fight that. And I think it's good and healthy for the psytrance to grow and to be in bigger parties and festivals and like EDM festivals. I mean, people need to know about this. The whole point was that you want to spread the word, yeah? It's like a religion or whatever. It's not a religion, but spread the word, of the psytrance. People need to know. Yeah, well, it's like complicated, But now they simplified it a bit so people can understand it, yeah? And so that brings more people into the scene, and I think that's good. You know, I don't find that to be unhealthy. Yeah, I think people would all people can benefit from this music because it's helped me. It's helped hundreds of thousands of people through their problems, their life. It's like an accelerated psychotherapy. If you go to one party at night, and come back in the morning, and you're a changed person. You know, and that's good or bad. It depends. You know, but it can be good. You know, and it's helped a lot of people. I get a lot of messages from people who say, thanks to your music, you know, I was going through a hard time in my life and your music saved me. I was like, well, okay, that's why I do this. Yeah, it's not a party actually, you know, in a way. It's like, for me, it's a healing thing. Yeah, it's like being a sound doctor. Yeah, where you have these frequencies that you can manipulate with the technology even more and more precise. Yeah, and so you can hit, because we're all frequency. Yeah, so if you hit the right frequencies, you can heal people. And you can make people get over their sickness in their mind or their body and that's more important for me than just being a DJ and getting paid and go home. No, you know, the real essence and the real motivation behind this is to do good to people, you know, because what's the point otherwise? Yeah. So I think all that, if it's bigger, more people get healed. Yeah, and good. You know, whatever, if it's an EDM or whatever the hell, as long as people are having a good time and coming out with being better people out after that, that's what matters. You know, I don't care about the rest. You know, the rest is just the result is what matters. You know?
Não, eu concordo. E as pessoas de hoje em dia, elas gostam muito de uma coisa que chama full set. E eles pedem bastante já alguns full sets. Você antigamente não postava muitos full sets, né, no seu YouTube. Agora que você está começando a movimentar mais um pouco, né?
Yes, because I'm terrible with doing that stuff. But I have good people now helping me, thank God, you know, because I'm old, you know, and I'm not that old, but old enough to be like, you know, bored with like, you know, all that stuff. So I have people who help me, like, okay, you need to do this. Like, okay, boss. Like, and they know who they are. Yeah.
E você soltou um agora recentemente, né?
The latest one is from Garden Festival.
Sim.
And it's a full 1 hour set. And it was good. It was really well filmed. I loved it. And the people were really, really into it, you know. And it was a good moment at night. So I have another one coming. It's the my Ozora set.
Sim.
So that'll be, I think, like in the next 2 weeks, I'll do that. Yeah, the full set, and I'll have more soon. I know, because people want to play this in their house or at the whatever party they do and put it on the TV and just, you know, and just like, you know, hang out and so on. Not have to change again the track, you know. So yeah, I know, I understand now. Like.
E falando um pouco mais agora da sua vida fora dos palcos e das pistas, você poderia falar um pouco pro pessoal também alguma outra coisa que você goste de fazer, algum hobby que as pessoas talvez nem imaginam que às vezes você faz fora do estúdio?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I don't have much time, so my hobby is like, I like to eat. I don't, but I like to, you know, I like to go to really good restaurants. Yeah, basically, like I'm crazy about like amazing food. Yeah, so I would look, like last night I went and I was like, I gotta find something. Even last night here in São Paulo. And I found this little tiny Japanese guy. It was very small, but like superb food, you know. And so I love to look for these places. Also, you know, if I have time, if I had more time, I would do martial arts like I used to. Like I used to do a lot of kung fu, tai chi, stuff like that. Meditation, meditation as well. That's for me a good hobby. Yeah, it's a hobby that brings you basically a lot of peace of mind, peace of body. Yeah. I don't play golf, you know. I don't do that.
Baseball.
No, I don't do it anymore. No, I don't play cards. I listen to jazz. I listen to jazz music. Yeah.
E você mencionou a questão da comida. Tem alguma comida aqui no Brasil que você gosta muito, que geralmente não tem em outros lugares?
I mean, the meat is really good here. Yeah, of course. And you have actually good Japanese restaurants here, because you have a big Japanese community in Brazil. And so I also look for those places, because I know like there's some killer ones here. A lot of Japanese people who came from Japan, who opened like, not sushi only, but all kinds, yeah. And of course, occasional churrascaria, which I like a lot if it's good, yeah. Sometimes it's okay, but like if it's really good, like the meat, I love it. Yeah, that's a big pleasure. And I have a few here in São Paulo that I like a lot, yeah. Some cuts, very, very, very amazing. It's just like an orgasm, yeah. For sure.
Tem com certeza uma pergunta que todos os fãs aí do Mad Maxx querem saber, que é a respeito do seu próximo álbum, que todo mundo tá ansioso para saber. Tem alguma coisa que você pode contar já pra gente?
It's not even started, yeah.
No,
sim. Because if I'm gonna do that, I need some time, and I need to have a good concept, because I've been wanting to do this album for years, you know. My last one was, I think, 2011. Yeah, but then I had Mad Tribe, so I made 2 Mad Tribe albums as well. But I think next year I need to do it. Yeah, I always say that. I always say next year, but next year I need to do it. I think. Yeah, I think I'll have maybe three collaborations, and the rest solo tracks. Yeah? I want to make solo tracks. Yeah? So I'm hoping by 2026 to have one. Yeah. With a good concept, yeah. Because my concept is a lot of, like, you know, extraterrestrial aliens and all this stuff, yeah. Because I'm fascinated with this world, yeah, of the other world, yeah. Cool. So that will be a 3rd album, I guarantee you.
Boa.
Promise. Promise. Pinky swear.
Tá gravado, hein? E a galera cobra, hein?
Pinky swear, pinky swear.
Boa, e com certeza a galera vai ficar muito feliz com isso. E a gente vai chegando aí ao final da entrevista. Pô, eu queria agradecer demais aí o seu tempo, por você ter tido aí esse tempinho aí para falar não só comigo, mas com todo o pessoal aí que vai assistir. E com certeza a galera vai conseguir conhecer um pouco mais de você, um pouco mais da sua história.
Sure.
E se quiser passar um recado aí pra galera do Brasil aí, que seus fãs.
Thank you so much, Brazil. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for, you know, people like you guys who believe, who's been following me for so long, who keep bringing me back here, who keep the full on alive in Brazil. Yeah, because I think there's not many more that do that music, but I know you like it, and I'm here for you, and I love you guys, and I will always be back. Yeah, so trust me, I'll have that album next year for you.
Boa. Muito obrigado aí, Max, por essa conversa.
Muito obrigado a vocês.
E é isso, galera. Muito obrigado aí por terem ficado aí com a gente. Se vocês gostaram aí desse papo com a gente aqui com o Max, já curte esse vídeo, compartilha, manda aí pra galera que acha que vai gostar um pouco aí desse conteúdo. E pro pessoal que não conhece o nosso canal, já se inscreva aí pra também não perder aí os nossos próximos vídeos. Também já manda a sugestão, quem são os artistas aí que vocês querem ver aqui nesse quadro, e manda aí pra gente, beleza? Então, até a próxima e valeu! Quase, hein?
Quase.
Foi no mínimo. Eu e o Max aqui dizendo.
Até a próxima.
Até a próxima.
And he never came back.
No, there was no 3rd album. No.